Hello and welcome to week 7. This is a very important weekly overview, so pay attention and thank you so much for watching it in the first place. I'm going to start today off by showing you a hilarious picture I just found of myself. I can't wait for you to make fun of me forever. So this is a selfie I took in 2010. I was probably using one of those cell phones that flipped the keyboard up from the side. Here it is. So here it is. Yep, that's me. Being something we called seen. You can't even see my facial features, but I made that horrible face in all of my pictures. Look at the eyeliner. Look at the bangs. Look at the star I drew on my chest. So I just wanted you to know that no matter how silly you think you look, well, one, you probably do look silly, but also not as silly as I did in 2010. So I hope that is something that brightens your day the way that it embarrassed me and made me feel horrible. So on to this week. Up until now, we have been working on a research project. I realized that in this context, smaller, shorter tasks are a lot easier to get done, a lot more manageable, and more meaningful. It is important to know that you can use those research skills for future endeavors and assignments for your various classes, whether you're going to 12th grade next year or college. So, having said that, those research project steps, we're not working on them anymore. If you have started your first draft, I would like you to continue on that project. We are going to have really quick assignments for the rest of the school year. So you are able to probably finish up that first draft and turn that into me. If you have not made it to that first draft process, I want you to put that on the back burner. We are not going to work on those research project steps. Instead, I'm going to give you opportunities to reassess those skills later down the road. But what's really important for everybody is to just jump in with week 7 and feel on top of it. This week is planned so that you can finish everything within the hour of our virtual class meeting. I don't want you to be having to do things on your own anymore. I want English class to happen in that 1 hour that we see each other twice a week, and just that. So, what's it going to look like for the rest of the school year? For the most part, it's going to look like this. Announcements will be in the stream, and on the classwork page, you'll see things divided by week. For week 7 this week, you've got 3 posts. One is a question that I asked kind of ahead of time with a video that talks about attendance and why it's important to still be present in our community. There are 2 posts here. One is to watch the weekly overview, which is what you're doing, and the second is the week 7 hyperdoc. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing this week. Our essential question this week: how do writers make purposeful choices in their writing? In order to answer that question, we're going to be working on these specific skills: summarizing what you've read and explaining how an author uses rhetoric effectively to express a point of view and increase the impact of a text. Here's our agenda for our class meetings. It's just chunked up into day 1 and day 2 because ideally you don't have to work on this stuff outside of our virtual class. On day 1, we're meeting for virtual class at 9 a.m. And then you're going to write a rhetorical précis of a text of your choice. So we're going to talk about how to do that and work on one together. And then we're going to have time to work independently and get support. Day 2, which is going to be Wednesday or Friday, you're going to share the work that you did on day 1 with me and classmates. You're going to revise that work based on the feedback using the rubric for this assignment. And then you're going to reflect on your learning before turning in the hyperdoc. Now, here's that hyperdoc I was telling you about. All of the work that you're doing this week will be in this one document. Everything that you need for this week will be in this document. You'll find that it's split into day 1 and day 2. Just like the agenda, just like the work that I want you to be doing, it's all happening in virtual class meetings. The work that I want you to do, or the things that I want you to write, are highlighted in green. So I know there's a lot of text going on, but what I'm expecting from you and what I'm going to be reviewing is highlighted in green. Here's day 1. You're going to have choices in your reading this week, and your writing is going to go right here in the same place. Your rhetorical Precis planner is going to be used to help you do that writing, and we're going to talk about it in class. You've got a word bank to support you in your writing for that rhetorical Precis. Then you've got day 2. Also remember, if you end up writing a lot, you can use the table of contents right here on the document. When you click on the left-hand side right here, you can click from day 1 to day 2, and there's little subheadings there. So on day 2, you are going to be sharing your work with classmates. For the first half of class, I'm going to be going from group to group, and you'll have some time to polish up your Precis, make sure it's level 3 or 4 work. You can work on other stuff, talk with the people in your group. But then when I come to your group, we're going to be sharing out, giving each other feedback, and you'll have a big chunk of class, our virtual class meeting, to do some revision and self-assessment before you finish up this hyperdoc. Take a quick survey on this week, how it went, and if you liked the kind of stuff that we did this week, so that I can plan for next week. And then you're turning this hyperdoc in. There it is. I don't want it to be too easy. I want it to be manageable. So we'll figure out this week if this works for us, but I have a good feeling about us being able to do work in class and not outside of class. So please, please attend our virtual class meetings if you're able to. Let me know ahead of time if you aren't able to attend a virtual class meeting, and we'll figure it out together. But it's so, so helpful if you show up. That way I'm able to help you. That way any of your teachers are able to help you. So I'm not expecting you to have to do any work outside of class. Just come and we'll do it together. Now that you've watched the Week 7 overview, I'd like you to answer this question. When will you be sharing your rhetorical Precis?